Hi, my name is Cregg. I'm Strength and Conditioning Officer with the GAA, and I've done my Master's in DCU in conjunction with Professor Niall Moynihan, comparing high intensity interval training and endurance training club level Gaelic football players. So just an introduction and background. High volume training has traditionally been used to develop aerobic fitness in GAA players. So this is typically sending the players out running laps for 30, 40, 50 minutes. In more recent times, high intensity training has been used, but no research has been done in GAA games. So how do we know how these training methods affect aerobic capacity, speed and power, arguably the most important components in Gaelic football? So basically what we've done is we've done a week of testing beforehand. So we've done medical screen, skin folds, muscle biopsy, which is part of another study. And then 24 hours later we've done count movement jump, vertical jump, 5 metre and 20 metre speed, and VO2 max. Then we started the first training session, which was 6 weeks long, which I'll go into more detail in the next slide. After the final session then, 24 hours later, we retested, done the medical screen, skin folds, muscle biopsy, and then the speed, power and aerobic capacity tests again. So what we done? The study was 6 weeks in duration. As I said, in the blue there you can see the testing was performed before and after. Then there was 3 sessions done for 6 weeks, so a total of 18 sessions over the six weeks in each group. There was 25 participants. So basically the high intensity group, as you can see there, there's 3 cones. Number 1 was the start. They sprinted out to number 2, out 50 metres and back. So that was 100 metres high intensity. Then walked from cone 1 to cone 3. So that was 50 metres active recovery. Then 40 seconds to cover that 150 metres, and there was 4 runs per set. Then after they'd done that set, the 3 minutes recovery. So one cycle was 160 seconds and then 3 seconds recovery. For the first 2 weeks they done 3 sets, and the following 4 weeks they done 4 sets. So generally it would take the player 20 seconds to do the high intensity at 100 metres and then 20 seconds of active recovery. The endurance training group then, we calculated the speed at 75% of their VO2 max, which they had done in the previous week. And for the first 2 weeks they ran at that speed constant for 40 minutes for each of the 3 sessions that week. And then from week 3, 4, 5 and 6, it was up to 50 minutes per session. So what did we find? The aerobic capacity increased by 7% in both groups. So as you can see, it increased from 52.6 up to 56, and 52.5 up to 56 there in the high intensity group. Speed and power was maintained in the high intensity group, but speed and power decreased significantly in the endurance training group. So I suppose, what does this mean for you out coaching in your clubs? High intensity is a time-efficient strategy for developing aerobic capacity in Gaelic football players. So as you can see the graph here, the total time commitment that the endurance training group was 840 minutes. In comparison, the high intensity group, the total number of minutes that it took to complete their sessions was 374 minutes. But if you took out the recovery and active recovery, they were only running at high intensity for 88 minutes. So you got the same aerobic capacity benefits of doing 88 minutes work as opposed to 840 minutes. High intensity maintains speed and power, whereas high volume training has a negative effect on